Hey everyone, Pupsker here, and we have the Warframe weekly reset for the day of July 6th to 13th. First and foremost, some of the weekly loot for Warframe is the pre-TennoCon Nostalgia Trip Twitch drops. Those are essentially just Warframe glyphs that you can get as Twitch drops by watching anyone on Twitch, me, twitch.tv/Pupsker, or literally anyone else right now pretty much streaming. And Warframe also announced that the Warframe X Jade City hot sauce is a thing. So go eat Ember Heirloom as a hot sauce and all of that jazz. Either way, there's not really a ton of like free loot, just small stuff like that. The Operation 8 Claw Dominus Thrax shop is still going, and it looks like progress is now going a little faster. We are at 44.2%, and I think yesterday we were at like 37 point something percent, so it's almost like a whole 10% day over day, which is probably one of the biggest one-day boosts that we've gotten from this event so far. So yeah, it's kind of all over the place right now, okay? Don't worry about it, but no matter what, this event's going to get finished, either if we do it naturally or if Warframe adjusts the rates. It's happening, and we're going to be done it. Next up, we have the Archon hunt, which is a blue shard. I don't know, not too bad. Always need some blue shards for armor here and there and mix them up with other things, so you'll always need them. But Archon hunts are now probably one of the least efficient ways to get Archon shards, which kind of funny. That being said, Extermination into Interception into Showdown is a pretty good combo, so make sure you get on that, because it's some pretty good loot, and really not that long. 9 days, 15 hours left on Operation 8 Claw. But if we take a look at Warframe the Circuit, on Steel Path, we have this week the Stalker Incarnons. Ooh, good stuff, okay. I would recommend, all of these are good one way or another. Zylok turns into kind of like a large, I think, charged single shot heat AoE. Sibir just turns into an even better AoE and like critical cold weapon. Because like, look at that boost, heavy damage, heavy attack wind up. Yeah, pretty good. Cold blast AoE on heavy slams, it's a good weapon. But this one turns into, similar to the Zylok, a forward shooting kind of AoE heat, but this one's like a heat projectile. Think of it more like a Nataruk. Despair turns into exploding heat daggers. I don't really care for the Despair Incarnon too much, but they are really strong if you do like secondary throwing knives. And the Hate Incarnon just turns into an insanely strong heat melee. It's kind of funny, everything here is heat other than Sibir, which is just cold. So kind of the opposite there. All of them do get pretty good boosts here. So I would recommend, if you like one of the weapons specifically, definitely pick up that weapon. But that's kind of how it always works. They just make them stronger, especially with melee, because you always get 100% melee damage boost on Evolution 1, where all of these don't have that. And then you get even more of a boost, range, combo, can do a ton more via status chance or critical chance, so always good to pick up whichever one you want, but I would still pick up the Hate because I love it, and then maybe Dread, Sibir, Zylok, Despair last for me, but hey, it's up to you. Pick whichever one you personally want, and remember to go from there. So yeah, we'll continue on. That is what the Incarnon weeklies are for the circuit. And now for the Warframe farms from the circuit, which is Necros, Valkyr, and Oberon. Ooh, okay, could be worse, could be better. I think for Necros, you have to do, yeah, Lephantis Assassination 1, 2, 3 until you get all of the drops from there. And I think you just get the main blueprint from the market, so it's really not that hard to unlock that bad boy. But if you don't have Necros, you should probably just get them already. Now, Valkyr's a little more annoying. Alid V Assassination. No, I don't think Salad V is really that much of a pain to farm, so she's also pretty easy to farm if you're gonna go that route. And honestly, I think Oberon, did they change Oberon to Railjack at this point? Yeah, they did. Oberon's by far the most annoying one to farm. Okay, they have Earth, Saturn, and again Earth Proxima points of interest, and at a 10% drop rate through A rank caches, it does take a little bit of time. So I would probably choose Oberon out of all of these, because dear God, comparatively, that's a huge pain in the butt of a farm, right? It's not that great. It's not fun. Either way, everybody, that is all of the Warframes and Incarnons through the circuit this week. Let me know if you actually plan to grab any of those. They're all pretty good to farm, so I'd definitely get on that if you can. Now, if we're taking a look at Nightwave, hey, this week I'm finally gonna max out Nightwave and get the Zaku Rhea skin. Remember, if you keep leveling Nightwave, you just get like credits to buy from the credit offerings, so not too bad. Kill 500 enemies, complete 15 missions, kill 30 Eximus units. For the Elite Weeklies, survive over 20 minutes in a Kuva survival, complete an Archon hunt. Oh, maybe I will do that. Open 30 lockers, destroy a cruise ship with forward artillery, and last but not least, kill 150 enemies with corrosive is a daily. I think I'm going to complete an Archon hunt and then just do some of these. 30 Eximus units and 500 enemies, along with completing an Archon hunt. That should be Nora's Mix level 30. So yeah, get on that, everybody. If you think this is a really good looking skin, well, it's a lot easier to farm up now. You can actually farm it up, and it's a possibility. So yeah, we did it. Congratulations. We're finally at the point where we're getting some more loot. Okay. And through the power of teamwork and friendship, you can actually just grab it now. So congrats, everybody. Go grab your Zaku Rhea skin if you're all caught up. And if not, go catch up right now. If you want to, of course. Next up, we have the regular credit offerings. If we take a look at mods, Brainstorm for Kakata, Corrosive Projection Aura, good stuff. Grab that if you can. Deadly Maneuvers for the Magnus. Yeah, it's really good for the, well, this one specific weapon if you want to build it like that, but eh. Dreamer's Bond Aura, cool. Harpack Exposing Harpoon. Okay. Holster Amp, Infested Impedance. Napalm Grenades on the Penna. Hell yeah, love that. Physique, Pistol Scavenger, Rejuvenation, Rifle Amps, Rifle Scavenger. Ooh, Rumbled for Atlas. Okay, Rumbler's Augment. Not bad. Good Overguard, Damage Max Health, good. Sentient Barrage on the Batacore. This is a must-have. I would definitely pick this up. It's a really good augment mod for the Batacore. And as you can see by all that crit, really boosts the damage on it. So pick that up if you want to try to use out the Batacore for a bit. Skull Shot on Viper, nothing great. Oh, and then Volatile variant on the Sporothrix. Punch through, barbs explode instantly, 4-meter radius, 50 plus status chance. Okay, I'd say pretty good. Worth grabbing that Volatile variant for Sporothrix as well. Some really good stuff here. Sentient Barrage, Volatile. Okay, you can grab Napalm Grenade, some of those others. Yeah, no, definitely pick those up if you can. We have a ton of random cosmetic helmets as always. There's really not much to say about all those, but like, grab them if you want any one of them. Don't if you don't want any of them. They are just helmets at the end of the day, nothing like super awesome, right? And then we have the miscellaneous. What you should definitely pick up is Ceramic Dagger. I would recommend picking up all of the weapons because there's 5 weapons. Ceramic Dagger, Dark Sword Blueprint, Heat Sword, Plasma Sword, and Jaw Sword. The TLDRs, most of them are just kind of like MR fodder, but they are decent weapons at a lower mastery rank, so if you are lower mastery rank, definitely worth picking up, and just worth picking up in general, right? And then you have the usual loot here, and a Wolf Beacon though, so grab the Wolf Beacon if you need to do any wolf farming for Nightwave at all. And then you should be good to go. That looks like all the Nightwave stuff. Not too bad for this week overall. Now, after all the Nightwave stuff for this week, we have Warframe at 1999 Seasonal Weekly Shenanigans. Let's quickly take a look and see what's going on. First, kill enemies with melee. So equip your melee, go to one of the fast Tekrot, either survivals or some fast exterminates, and kill a bunch of melee Tekrots, or anyone else really. You can do the other mission if you want. Punch through, overshield cap, and I would grant that overshield cap, but kills grant 50 overshield, or 50 shield, 50 shields. So that one's cooler. Melee or primary arcane. Melee is a bit more annoying to get, so I guess choose melee. Or if you need more primaries, hey, choose that. It's really up to you. It's not really a big deal. After that, we have kill 250 Tekrot. Oh, that's simple. Do 2 exterminates or run on a quick survival and just kill Tekrot. Easy. Next, we have 3-day affinity booster. Yeah, choose the 3-day affinity booster. It'll make leveling all the Raxia stuff a lot easier, to be fair. So maybe go for that. Yeah, oh, sorry about that. Next up, we have a kill 500 enemies. So Fastest way is still a tech rot survival, but you can do whatever. Then you can grab another, a secondary arcane adapter. Okay. Then weak points kills have chance to generate universal orb. Attacks from specters or companions, chance to cause radiation. And then every 10th shot adds 10 blast stacks on hit. Honestly, just choose whichever one you want. That one's probably cooler because it's specters or companions radiation status, but that one's also pretty good. So, up to you on that one. It's very whatever. Kill Scaldra troops with abilities. Choose Dante, Protea, any kind of character that you like to use for their abilities to kill. Go to a Scaldra Exterminate and go buck wild on that. I don't know, maybe Ember if you're bored. There's a lot of Warframes with abilities, so any one of your Warframes that kills. Maybe Citrine. Ooh, no, she's more of a booster to damage on guns. Either way, then you can talk to Amir. Chemistry, skip birthday, you know, the usual. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Amber Archon Shard or Omniforma Blueprint. I think I'm gonna go with the Omniforma Blueprint, but if you don't want to dedicate so much resources into building it, a ton of those might be a better idea for you to go to Amber Archon Shard. But hey, Omniforma Blueprint hype, okay? Are people gonna be mad? 2, 4, no, there's 6 treasures here in total. Cool. Kill 200 Tekrot with melee weapons. Self-explanatory. Throw on a melee. Go to a survival or exterminate. Kill Tekrot. Next up, melee critical chance. Specters and companion damage. Oh, I'd choose that one. And then on energy pickup, range. Yeah. So this one's so good because companions are godly. And like specters are cool, but companion damage increase? Hell yeah, dude. I'll take that one. Next up, we have 3-day mod drop chance booster or a 3-day resource drop chance booster. Pick whichever one you need to farm. I would grab the 3-day mod drop chance booster because there's a lot of mods that you can get. But hey, you can really do whichever. It's up to you. Farm what you need. Next, we have Flair's birthday. Heart chemistry or skip their birthday. Not bad, not bad. Null and Void. Kill 300 Tekrot with abilities. So that's also pretty easy. Kill the Tekrot with abilities. Yeah, you can do Revenant just spinning in circles. For Tekrot killing, you can do Saren, of course. Anything will work out, so go with that. Last, we have Exil's Weapon Adapter Blueprint. Ooh, so rare, so hard to get. Oh my god, Exil's Weapon Adapter. Okay, so grab that if you need. Either way, everyone, that is the Warframe 1999 Seasonal Weekly. Let's go take a look at Elite Deep Archimedea over on Deimos, Sanctum, and Atomica. Okay, once we go load in, let's quickly see which Archon Shard Bird 3 has. Shiny treasure of a blue Archon Shard this week. Hey, double blue Archon Shard. Grab it if you need it, ignore it if you don't need it. Up to you, up to you. Now, Elite Deep Archimedea. Exterminate Alchemy Mirror Defense, not terrible. Each, okay, shield recharge delay increase 500%, that sucks. Lose 2 energy per second, each enemy within 10 meters, it's a pain. Max health reduced each time health damage is taken, oh, that sucks. And then untreatable, pickups do not heal and health orbs cannot be picked up. Oh, okay, so this one is actually gonna like kick your ass a little bit. Hopefully your Warframe has some sort of healing. I think Nidus would be my safest pick there, but I don't think anything's that safe of a pick. Because if you take health damage, you lose max health. Dang, that's gonna be rough for sure. Okay, Mirror Defense, Glyph Inflation, Entanglement, and then Devil's Bargain. Security system requires twice as many Vosphine Glyphs to activate. Allies within 4 meters of slain enemies endure reduced movement speed and parkour velocity. And then allies within 4 meters of slain enemies gain 25% fire rate at the cost of 50% ammo efficiency. Damn, yeah, we might actually just get beat up a lot here. Deviation, risk variable 2. Okay, let's take a look. Alchemical invulnerability, explosive potential, commanding colorvins. 10% of enemies are equipped with an impervious elemental barrier that can only be destroyed by an amphor of the corresponding element. Okay. Rupturing fragments replace shuffling fragments, understandable. And then rogue colorvins equip weapons that deal 5x damage to Overguard and Necromex. Yeah, understandable. That should be okay, actually. Fissures rip into the mission, causing the enemy level to go up by 1 every 10 seconds, destroying them to stop the level from increasing further on the exterminate here. And then alluring Arcanac, Arca Canids? Okay. I want to say arachnids, but it's archocanids. So, that I can't say that word apparently. Alluring arachnids. Yeah, okay. As rogue of arachnids charge attacks, they pull warframes towards them. Some words just don't work in my brain. Interesting. And then finally, yeah, they pull warframes. God. Finally, Vampiric Luminous. Slow-moving immortal Deviri. Luminous drain health and energy from allies who get too close. Ooh. Yep. Strong stuff. You should be good to go if you don't get too beat up, but if you have a health frame like me, maybe it's going to be a little rough. Either way, I think I'll be able to manage on that. So that's Warframe Elite Deep Archimedea this week. Now we're going to go take a look at Teshin. And if you don't know, Teshin Steel Path can be on any relay. So we're just going to quickly run on over to the Earth Relay, Straighter Relay. Okay, so let's go take a look at Teshin and see if ya boy actually has anything good this week. Not going to have anything huge though. Teshin Steel Path of Honor Shop. Teshin has Kitgun Riven mod, has a Veiled Riven Cipher. You should try to always grab the Veiled Riven Ciphers. Other than that, no hyper unique weekly loot or anything like that. So I'll just buy some of those so I can quickly get my inventory worth, but nothing big. Grab your adapters if you need here, but yeah, it's a pretty calm week at Teshin, everybody. Womp womp, sad times. Now let's go take a look at Acrithis on the Dormizone on Zeramin, just down over here. Okay, now that we've actually loaded in, if we quickly take a look over here at Acrithis,
Look at us.
yeah, we can see that Acrithis browse wares, has some loot, little bit of a cool loot, Kuva, nothing massive there. Big stuff, Exilus Warframe adapter if you need. Another secondary arcane adapter if you don't want to pick them up from Teshin. Some Riven mods, Kimbo Slipshot. I need to buy one of those. I'm just going to be lazy with it. I have a large surplus of Pathos Clamps now because of obviously running a lot of Isleweaver. So, hey, I'm almost up to 1,000. I've probably farmed about 1,000 so far, spent the rest of them, so I'd say it's probably going pretty well. I'll buy a Rifle Riven mod. Don't really care as much for the Pistol Riven mod, but there's a lot of good pistols, so I'll grab it anyways. Either way, that's Acrithis. Nothing amazing this time. Remember to spend your Scuttler Husk, Kurlavos there. Any of those cosmetic items there if you want. And we still have Operation 8 Claw, so remember to spend your Dominus Eris so that you actually push progress in the event. But it looks like Warframe might probably rig it so it'll start going up a little faster soon. Probably. Either way, let's go check out Elite Temporal Archimedea on the Warframe 1999 base now. Now, last but not least, if you plan to do Elite Deep Archimedea, or sorry, Elite Temporal Archimedea, always go to Warframe 1999, Proto Frames, Kaya Velasco. Browse inventory, you can get some sweet arcanes this week if you care about any of that. But let's take a look at Temporal Archimedea. Defense into Hellscrub Tech Rot into Exterminate. Okay. Ability Overload. Using an ability opens a Void Rift nearby. Okay. Transference into Operator and Drifter is blocked. That sucks. Ammo restored by drops and gears reduced, and then duration of negative status effects is tripled. So the nice thing is on all of these Elite and Temporal Archimedias, Elite Deep Archimedias this week, we are able to use our gear wheel. We can summon allies such as Dante to give our whole team overguard and do a bunch of damage. So all things considered, this shouldn't really be that hard of a farm if we're being real here. So, I mean, yeah, no, I'm pretty happy now. I think 10 out of 10, this should be easy, and we should be able to get all of these done within a relatively, I guess, normal amount of time, right? Either way, we have ability overload there, right? And then transference, all of those. Negative stats effects is triple duration, ammo restored by drops and gears reduced. Sucks. On to defense, noise suppression, drones fly over flare, spraying ephedron gas. And then the next one, all enemies replaced with Scaldra and move much faster. Okay, and then slain enemies burst with void energy. Yeah, that actually isn't terrible. I think the noise suppression ephedron gas is the biggest pain in the ass, though, to be fair. After that, Hellscrub Tech Rod. Oh, entire region deals toxin damage over time, increasing longer player remains, except in the vicinity of Hellscrubbers. Some enemies may drop filters that create additional static temporary safe zones, so stay near the Hellscrubbers and or near the enemy drops. All enemies replaced with Tech Rod move much faster. Tech Rod Speedrun, cool name. And then enemies will only take damage if a player is within 15 meters of them on myopic munitions. Okay, honestly, not too bad. Get close to enemies to kill them and stay within the safe zones so you don't die. Oh shit, this is a lot of reading. Consequences of opening a supply cache are active from the start and will intensify once it's opened. Failure to open a supply cache doubles the kill count required to finish the mission. So do the supply cache on that one. Bold Venture, enemies deal less damage, take more damage, but gain movement speed, attack speed, and fire rate. And then Corrupted Flesh. Techron enemies are infused with Ephebron, take damage over time. They explode when killed and leave behind directly deadly Ephebron in their wake. Words are hard. So actually, I must say, it's not really going to be too terrible this week to run everything. You have the gear wheel, even if you don't have your operator and drifter for this. You do have your gear wheel, so that's not really too terrible. Yeah, no, I don't think it's too terrible, everyone. I give it a solid W. Good day in Warframe and a good amount of loot to farm. Either way, that is the weekly reset here, everybody. Let me know what you think. Do we have a good amount of loot, bad amount of loot? Are you loving or hating Operation 8 Claw? We got a little video out talking about that, and a lot of people, you know, they're not loving Operation 8 Claw. So yeah, just kind of curious. Thank you all so much for joining, subbing, liking, using Epic Games creator code Pupsker if you use the Epic Games Store to support the channel. All of it helps. So thank you. Cheers.